Sigurado kung legit to. Ano to?
Ayan, okay na.
Okay na?
Yep.
Okay.
Good day, Sir Reggie. I am Julina Policarpio,
And my name is Renzo Biora.
and today we are going to tackle about Caloocan City Center of Sustainable Economic Growth. So before we start, we have a disclaimer. Unfortunately, we can't open our camera due to poor connection network. So next. For today's discussion, we have 5 subtopics, which are history and basic information, identification of local government units, planning and development of various projects, analysis and evaluation of policies, plans and programs, and lastly, monitoring and sustainability of various services. Next. So, for the first topic, we have history and basic information about Caloocan City. Next. Caloocan was first called Aromahan or Libis Espina by the Spanish colonizer, which means lowland since Caloocan was part of Tondo before. Caloocan was derived from the word corner or innermost area because Caloocan was located in the corner of Tondo and Tambobong, or also known as Malabon. Next.
Next. In 1815, Caloocan was separated from Tondo and became an independent municipality. Its original territory extended to the foothills of Marikina, San Mateo, and Montalban. In the east, Tinajeros, Tansa, and Tala rivers in the north. San Francisco del Monte, Sampaloc, Santa Cruz, and Tondo in the south. And Dagat-Dagatan or Aromahan in the west. Next. In 1939, pursuant to Commonwealth Act 502, which created Quezon City as a capital of the Philippines, Caloocan lost the following barrios or sitios, namely Balingasa, Kaingin, Kangkong, Laloma, Malamig, Matalahib, Masambong, San Isidro, San Jose, Santol, and Tatalon. In 1961, the late Mayor Macario B. Asisio Sr. led the people of Caloocan to turn the historic town into the city through a plebiscite held in accordance with House Bill 6038, which was passed and approved by both chambers of the defunct Philippine Congress. On February 16, 1962, Caloocan was inducted into city. Next. South Caloocan is bounded on the northwest by Valenzuela, Malabon, and Navotas, on the east by Quezon City, and on the south by the city of Manila. North Caloocan, on the other hand, is bounded on the north-northwest by the province of Bulacan, on the southwest by Quezon City, and southwest by Valenzuela. Next.
Next, Mayor Oscar Oca Malapitan was the present mayor of Caloocan City. He was in 18 years of service in Caloocan. He started last 1992 as councilor of Caloocan City and re-elected in his second term as councilor last 1995. Mayor Oca was elected as vice mayor last 1998, and last 2004, he was elected as congressman in the 1st district of Caloocan. Lastly, he was elected in his second term as congressman last 2007 to 2010 and re-elected from 2010 to present. Next. Next po. So let's proceed to the next topic, which is the Caloocan City Local Government Unit. So first we have Most improved LGU category of highly urbanized city. So last October 24, 2019, in the 7th Regional Competitiveness Summit that was held in Philippine International Convention Center in Pasay City, Caloocan City was awarded as 13th place highly urbanized city, most improved local government unit. Next, Local Peace and Order Council. Last June 3, 2019, Caloocan City was placed 4th out of 17th local government unit in National Capital Region. The award was given after the Caloocan Peace and Order Council satisfactorily met the standards set by the Department of Interior and Local Government. Included in the pillars of the Peace and Order Council are organization, meetings, policies, plans and budgets, reports, and innovation. Next, best performing local government unit in the implementation of the Department of Labor and Employment Integrated Livelihood Program or DILP. Last May 27, 2019 at Manila Prince Hotel, Caloocan City was awarded as best performing local government unit in the implementation of Department of Labor and Employment Integrated Livelihood Program or DILP 2019 Kabuhayan Awards. The awarding of local government unit is one of the categories under the Kabuhayan Awards, awarding of Best DOLE Assisted Livelihood Projects that aims to recognize the exemplary performance of the beneficiaries of DILP as well as the DOLE partners. Next, so let's proceed to the third topic, which is the planning and development of various projects. Next. So before the project implement, it will undergo in a process. And this data was in year 2017 to 2019 that was called Public Investment Process Caloocan City Comprehensive Investment Plan 2017 to 2019. So as you can see, we have four phases here. So in phase one, that called Analysis of Future Revenues, it includes establish historical trend of revenues, forecast future recurring revenues, establish project expenditure per sector. So in the phase two, it is called formulation of future fiscal policies and strategies. That includes review fiscal management, policies and programs under the city development plan. So for the phase three, we have the project identification, design, and evaluation. That includes project identification, project screening, and final ranking of projects. So for the last phase, which is the phase four, formulation of financing scheme, which includes identify and evaluate appropriate financing scheme. So next, we have the local for the next topic, we have for development. So first is we have local development, which are poverty and unemployment, waste management, drainage problems, and flooding. Next. So for the social development, we have education, health, and protective services. Next. For the economic development, we have labor and employment, and trade and industry. Next. For the last one, we have the infrastructure and utilities development, which are water services and traffic management. Next, Mr. Oraa.
In compliance with AO 278 and In 1997 COA Annual Audit Report, Executive Order Number 97-07, dated April 22, 1997, was issued by the local chief executive to institutionalize the Internal Services Office. Next, main goals are to assist the management in ensuring that city resources are used consistent with laws, regulation, and policies, that city properties are safeguarded against loss, wastage, and misuse. See that financial and non-financial information are reliable, accurate, and timely, and its operation are economical, efficient, and effective. Next, the examples of plans are integrated plans, physical development plans, economic development plans, social development plans. Integrated planning supports strategic decision-making by providing a comprehensive view of resources and commitments that ensures the enlightenment of financial and capital resources with academic priorities. Examples are comprehensive development plan, medium-term in medium-term investment plan, annual investment plan, comprehensive land use plan. As you can see in the example, it involves the planning about financial. Next is physical development planning was defined as land use planning or urban and regional planning that relates to the use of land for the spatial expression of the desired form of social and economic development to be translated on the ground. For example are the following solid waste management plan, traffic management plan, environment plan, climate change adaptation plan, local road network improvement plan. This is Third is the economic development plan provide a comprehensive overview of the economy, sets policy direction of econo- e- economic growth, and identify strategies, programs, and projects to improve the economy, which are trade and industry development plan, tourism plan, small and medium enterprise plan, city investment and incentive plan. Lastly is the social development plan is comprehensive plan that focuses on enhancing the quality of life for citizens of a community and helps provide a direction for future decisions in the key areas identified by its community members. Some of examples are shelter plan, gender and development plan, integrated area community public safety plan, local development plan for children, plan for the elderly, nutrition action plan. Next. And these are the examples of programs, housing and resettlement, and education and health. These are the examples of disaster preparedness, environmental management, and labor and employment, and road development. And these are the examples of urban development, land use, and lastly, drainage and flood control and power services.
So, for the last topic, we have monitoring and sustainability of those various projects. So, Caloocan City was improving their projects every year, and every time they have acknowledged new problems in their areas. They are doing projects and programs based on the problems or needs of their municipality. So, this is the discussion of me and my partner. I am Julina Policarpio.
And I'm Renzo B. Oraa.
So, thank you, sir, for listening. God bless.